The steam engine, for its type, is one of the most versatile things on land. And the diesel engines are the power behind the mixed traffic goods and specials that go all around the island of Sodor. This is NWR Stories. Spencer's new home. It had been a solid few months since Richard took the place as the new Fat Controller, and the railway's new era began. The engines, as usual, carried on with their duties, and always made sure that they were really useful while doing them. But these are the engines of Sodor, so being really useful is nothing new to them. And overall, all the engines were happy. Well, except for one. And that engine would be Spencer, the silver A4. After the NWR gala ended, Spencer was left here while his Duke and Duchess of Boxford were over in England discussing things. Spencer didn't mind being left on Sodor, but it was a change for him. Usually, he's just used to pulling around a coach and rail tours on the other railway, but ever since he was left on Sodor, he's been helping out with trains like the Express, the Limited, and all the other many passenger-related trains on the island. He enjoyed this, but yet he still wondered why was he left here. Due to this, however, Spencer had become once a very talkative engine to a very solemn and solitude engine. And it's safe to say that the other engines noticed this change of behavior within him. One day, Spencer was sitting alone in the sidings when Gordon backed onto the siding right next to him. "Good afternoon, Spencer. How are you doing today?" said Gordon. "Oh, nothing. I'm pretty alright. Just, been sitting here pretty much most of the day." "I see," said Gordon. We've been noticing a change of behavior in you, and we're just wondering, are you sure you're feeling fine?" "Well, I have been thinking about this for a while, but I guess it's time to break the ice. So, I've been wondering what has happened with the Duke and Duchess of Boxford, because I have been left here since, well, late summer, and now we are heading into the month of November, and now I am just here," said Spencer. "Well, I wouldn't let it worry you. Who knows, maybe you receive news that they are coming to get you," said Gordon. "I hope so, dear friend. I hope so. Well, I'm going to go prepare for my next train. But we shall talk later. See you later, dear cousin." And with the toot of his whistle, Spencer left, feeling solemn as ever. Later, Spencer was waiting in the station when Fergus had marshaled his coaches into the platform. "Thank you, Fergus. You are an excellent shunter. By the way, where's Nia? I thought she's the station pilot for this station," said Spencer, puzzled. "Oh, well, Nia was working on Thomas's branch line, due to the fact that Thomas is, well, at the works. Ugh. That engine really knows how to get into accidents, said Fergus. What did he do this time? Said Spencer. Well, he was shunting cars at the quarry, and, the brakes were locked on some of the trucks, and he thought giving them a rough biff would actually do something. But he ended up bashing his buffers and had to go to the works. I see. But thank you for shunting my coaches, and, well, you have a good day, said Spencer. You too, sir. Well, I'm going to go take some water and take a rest for a while. Have a nice day, Spencer. And with the toot of his whistle, Fergus chuffed away. Spencer was ready to go after he was coupled up to his train, but he had to wait for Winston to pass by with a stopping train. And once Winston had passed by, Spencer tooted his whistle and left with his train. Spencer didn't like to admit it, but the long runs on Sodor made him feel very useful once again. It reminded him of the days of the NWR when he pulled passenger trains with his fellow NWR engines. But even though he was having a good time with his long run, it did not change the fact that he was wondering about where the Duke and Duchess of Boxford were. Later, Spencer was stopped at some points to let a passing train go by. That train, however, was Derek, the Paxman Diesel. Hello, Spencer. How are you doing? You look great today, said Derek with a smile. I'm fine. Nothing out the ordinary. Just pulling my train as usual, said Spencer. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing all right. But, I have some news for you. The Fat Controller wants you to meet him at Tibbins Station. He has some news regarding the Duke and Duchess of Boxford. And, he wants you to be there as soon as you finish this train, said Derek. Really? Well, I will finish this train and I will meet him there. Spencer soon started smiling. He had finally got what he was waiting for. And with a toot of his whistle, he rushed off with his train. Soon it was the end of the day, and Spencer had pulled into the station with his train. He was very happy that the day was over with, but even more happier that he was about to receive the answer he sought. Spencer would have to wait a while because the Fat Controller was on his way towards the station. But Spencer didn't mind the wait. Soon, Richard had arrived, and he was here to give Spencer the news that he had gathered. Hello, Spencer? Oh, hello, sir. I see you're fitting into the Fat Controller's role very well. Thank you. I'm trying my best, even though I'm not as fat as the ones before me were. But you still earned the role, sir. Thank you, Spencer. Now, as for my news, the Duke and Duchess have decided to, let you stay here, said the Fat Controller. For how long? Said Spencer. Permanently, said the Fat Controller. Permanently? But, no, Sodor isn't my home. The mainland is my home. I need to be where the Duke and Duchess is. I don't know about this, sir, said Spencer. Well, I'm sorry. The Duke said he will be available to talk as soon as he can to fill out the details. But I'm afraid that now on, you're going to be a sodor engine. Yes, sir, said Spencer, defeated. Spencer was soon uncoupled from his coaches, and with the toot of his whistle, he went to the sheds for a rest. Over the next couple of days, Spencer was more silent than usual. The news had really got to him, and the other engines noticed this. Sometimes, the engines would say good morning or just speak to Spencer in general, but he would just sit there quietly, not giving a response. However, a certain A1 Pacific was really getting tired of Spencer's recent behavior, and he decided to try and think of an idea to put a stop to it.
Oh, hey Gordon, what brings you here?
Said Duck.
Oh, hey Gordon, what brings you here?
Said Duck.
Just delivering my express train for the day. Ugh, pretty much the only thing that's really bringing me joy at the moment, said Gordon.
Let me guess, Spencer? Said Daisy, curiously.
Spencer indeed. I'm kind of sick of his whole woe is me attitude and just the whole antisocial thing. Like, I get it, he's distraught, but when you have a lot of people supporting him and trying to help him, to come out of his shell a bit more, he's not listening. And it's honestly, very, very tiring. I just wish the Fat Controller was around so I can see what he's doing to remedy this situation. Oh, something tells me you won't have to worry about that much longer, said Duck, optimistically.
How do you figure that? Said Gordon, curiously.
Because I am right here, said Richard Hatt, stepping out of his office. Now, what seems to be the problem here?
Well, sir, I wanted to talk to you about Spencer's recent behavior. I mean, I get it, he's upset. Like, I really do. But it's kind of bringing down the atmosphere in the railway. I mean, we're supposed to be a family, but lately he seems like he doesn't want to be family, He's constantly sulking, not very verbal with anyone, and overall is just very antisocial, said Gordon worryingly.
Well, think about it. Engines 1 through 8 has had continuous working lives, including you, while engines that have arrived after you all haven't had working lives that much. Some of them were either sent to scrapyards or given rail tour life, like Spencer. Spencer's not going to be used to how we run our operations. He was mainly a rail tour engine, so this is going to be a big change for him. And his emotions are not entirely going to be in check, but sometimes you just got to give him time. And maybe he'll just need some clarity on the matter. I hope you get that, said Richard.
Well, hearing it from you, I understand where you're coming from, sir. I just wish there was some way we can brighten up his mood somehow, said Gordon, I'm just looking out for my Doncaster cousin after all. But you do have a point though, which is why I've called a visitor from the other railway to come speak with Spencer, and he will be here in a week or so, said Richard. So I hope you please understand.
I do, sir. Thank you.
And with the toot of his whistle, Gordon chuffed off to the sidings for a rest.